It's time now for Down on the Corner with Dale Hoffman, North Central Arkansas's premier news talk program. Brought to you by Sears Hometown Store, locally owned and operated right here in Mountain Home.
Good morning, North Central Arkansas, Southern Missouri. It is Wednesday, September 16th, 2020 at 7 a.m.
Another beautiful morning.
Sure is.
Good for us, not so good down in the Gulf right now.
No, I'm watching the radar here, and they've got a little bit of swirl going on down there. And
it did reach a Category 2 before it made landfall.
Yeah, I can see the eye is right at the Alabama, Florida. We'll get to that in a minute,
I will say this, the sad part is, of course, she got over 100-mile-an-hour winds, but as it's coming onto the Gulf, it's only moving at 3 miles an hour. So they said it was just battering it over and over and over for hours.
My goodness.
Sorry, not getting into the whole weather thing, but I feel for
You
them.
can see the definite eye, though, right in southern Alabama right now on the radar. Anyway, prayers for those folks down there in Alabama, Mississippi, and Georgia right now, and Panhandle of Florida, with that hurricane. Good morning. Welcome down on the corner program. Dale Hoffman, your host. Scooter's over here. He's feeling boxed. We feel so boxed in. I mean,
What is that, a mime that does that?
Yeah,
like
trying to get out of the box, Anyway, Down on the Corner is brought to you by your hometown Sears store in Mountain Home, 425-3191. They're at 1029 Highway 62 East. That's up on the hill behind Wendy's, same parking lot as Orscheln's, the building out in front of Physical Therapy Connection. I can't say enough good things about your hometown Sears store. Locally owned and operated, but they have all the appliances you need, lawn care equipment, tools, and other things for your home, garden, or whatever it may be. Craftsman Tools, Husqvarna lawn equipment. They have Kenmore, Whirlpool, KitchenAid, and all the major brands appliances for you right here in Mountain Home. Your hometown Sears store, and we want to emphasize the locally owned and operated right there as you see on your screen. That's huge. We do have the big box stores, and it's fine to shop there too. They employ local folks. But when you shop at your hometown Sears store, all the money stays right here.
And there's some benefits for you, too, because you look at some of your box stores are now carrying Sears products. Yeah. It's not the same. You're not going to be able to just bring that wrench back in when something's broke on it or whatever and get it replaced. At local hometown Sears store, Mountain Home, JR will replace those items, just like Sears always has. Yep. If your wrench goes bad, he's going to swap you out with another wrench. You get all the Sears stuff, but he's also carrying some major lines like DeWalt, Husqvarna. I mean, so you get a lot of benefits by going here locally.
Well, and JR listens to the people that come in and what they want. Yep. And he's going to bend over backwards, and that's the advantage of locally owned and operated. You can talk directly with the owner or his staff, and they're going to bend over backwards to get you what you're wanting and needing. So Sears, your first stop for appliances, tools, lawn care equipment. What am I missing? Appliances,
anything and everything it's inside or outside the home, they will have it.
Can't beat Sears and the products that they have. Your local hometown Sears store, and of course, they have the in-home repair, or in-house repair, I should say. Something breaks down, you take it to Sears.
Which is probably a big reason why he's carrying other lines too, because as he'll repair anything. It doesn't matter if it's a Sears item, if it's where you bought it from, he will repair it. But also being a repair person, you know what's holding up, what's lasting, what's not having issues, and that's why he's carrying some other lines that he knows are just holding up real well.
Bringing you the top quality products to your local hometown Sears store. Can't say no good thing about Sears. Wow. Once again, 1029 Highway 62 East. That's up on the hill behind Wendy's. Same parking lot as Orscheln's, out in front of Physical Therapy Connection, your local hometown Sears store. 870-425-3191. We want to invite other folks from, if you're in Missouri or other counties in Arkansas, come on over, come on down. Love to have you. Your local hometown Sears store. I'm enjoying Brewed Awakening coffee. You can do the same thing with 3 locations to serve you the very best coffee in town. As Mike said from Brewed Awakening, we are real coffee. When he orders coffee, he says, hey, I need some beans. They roast them and send them. So you get the freshest roasted coffee beans that you can get in Mountain Home through Brewed Awakening Coffee, the very best coffee in town. 3 locations. Of course, you got Baxter Regional Medical Center lobby, the main hallway there, the main entrance. And then you have 62 East Plaza, Anytime Fitness. They're the area out in front of Anytime Fitness out at 62 East. 7:04 on the clock here on the computer, so Bomber Boulevard could be getting a little bit busy. So Be patient. They know what they're doing, and a lot of times he recognizes the car as it ready to go. So it's swipe the card.
You'll see a line a lot of the time, but don't worry about it. They get them through. They get it done.
Yeah. Brewed Awakening Coffee, the very best coffee in town. If you're not drinking Brewed Awakening, you're just drinking muddy water. They have mochas, lattes, frappuccinos, you name it, they've got it, and even pumpkin spice in September. So check out Brewed Awakening Coffee, the very best coffee in town. Mike and his staff do a great job at all 3 locations. And the 2 that I suggest, of course, be Bomber Boulevard and 62 East Plaza area out by Anytime Fitness. Brewed Awakening Coffee, the very best coffee in town. As Mike says, hey, we're real coffee, and they are. Stop by the studio and have a cup of coffee with us sometime. We're at 1226 Commerce Drive in Mountain Home. Love to have you stop by and have coffee with us. Roller Funeral Homes of Arkansas, bring the morning prayer with all our respect. Roller Funeral Homes, 29 in the state to serve you, with 1 in Memphis, Tennessee. Here in town, talk to Bruce, Brad, Charlotte, Chris, anyone there can help you. Excuse me, it's a hard time when someone passes away, a friend or a loved one, but they can handle it with all their respect to you. They're caring, understanding, loving, sympathetic. They know what you're going through. And people, what do I do? Let them handle it. Roller Funeral Homes, with all our respect. That's what they do. They're called to do it. They do it very, very well here and all across the state of Arkansas, and of course in Memphis, Tennessee. Roller Funeral Homes, I can't say enough good things about the Roller Funeral Home people across the state. And so when the need arises, and don't forget about your pre-planning, you can talk to the Roller Funeral Home people for pre-planning, whether it's for yourself or parents that may be elderly, just planning ahead and take care of all the arrangements. Roller Funeral Homes can assist you with that. Roller Funeral Homes, with all our respect, they bring the morning prayer each and every day. So let's pause now for the morning prayer. Heavenly Father, history was made at the White House as President Trump hosted the signing of a peace agreement officially titled the Arab Accords Peace Agreement. This agreement establishes a formal relationship between Israel and 2 Arab states. Had this historic accomplishment been made under the previous administration, the television networks would be bonkers in full-time coverage with the ticker tape parades and all types of celebrations. But it was just another COVID-19 news day with this barely being mentioned. Lord, my prayer today is that we need the truth in our news, not just speculation or guesswork or cover-ups. I pray the American people would start to demand the truth. And I pray today that Jesus will please heal our land, bring us back to you, and end the virus. It's my prayer today. Amen. Roller Funeral Homes of Arkansas, bring the morning prayer each and every day with all our respect. Roller Funeral Homes.
And now,
here it comes.
Dun, dun, dun. That was terrible. Dun, dun, dun. The weather.
We're going to try it a third time and get it right?
No, I'm done. I tried twice.
We're suffering so bad here.
It's not a good day for me.
That's hilarious.
It ain't getting any higher. That's it.
Tighten your shoelaces, it might help. Morning weather brought to you by the Z-Team. Bob and Linda Zadora for all your real estate needs. 870-405-0793. RetireToArkansas.net is the website. And that is where we find the beautiful White River. Look at that.
Beautiful picture this morning. Beautiful
look at that
shot.
this morning. Wow.
I say picture, it's a live video. And it's beautiful. And there's even a boat on the left-hand side going through first thing this morning.
Yeah. The Highway 62 412 bridge to the left side of the screen. You see the little clearing in the front center part of the screen. That's the Railroad Museum Baseball Park there in Cotter, and then Contractors Trust area to the right-hand side of the screen, the 3 o'clock position. The White River separating Baxter County from Marion County. The camera's in Marion County, of course, and you're looking into Cotter, Arkansas. One of our fine little towns here in Baxter County. And take this, you can look at this on RetireToArkansas.net. It's called Live Webcam, and it's there for your enjoyment. There's a little camera icon at the lower right-hand part of the screen where you can take a picture throughout the day, share it with friends and family, or just use it as a screensaver or a backdrop on whatever your favorite device may be. Brought to you by the Z-Team, Bob and Linda Zadora. While you're at RetireToArkansas.net looking at the White River, you can also check out all the listings they have from the Z-Team. Whether you're in Arkansas or Missouri, the Z-Team has you covered, and they're ready to serve you today. They have all the awards to prove their outstanding service and how they handle the clients and everything they've transacted over the last several years. The Z-Team, Bob and Linda Zadora, the award-winning Z-Team. Now, Linda's a professional stager, so when you list her home with the Z-Team, you have the advantage of Linda being able to set the home for that certain eye appeal that will get it sold. And they'll be ready to go. When you say, hey, I'm looking to sell my house, you got them on the phone, you better be packing your suitcases because they're going to be selling that home for you. Bob and Linda Zadora, the Z-Team. For all your real estate needs, 870-405-0793, retiredarkansas.net. Morning weather brought to you by the Z-Team. Right now in Mountain Home, 63 degrees. That's very nice outside. Wow. 63 in Mountain Home, 61 at Harrison, 66 at Batesville. We have 63 showing up at Salem, Calico Rock, and Flippin at 64 at Marshall, 63 at West Plains. Then around the region, St. Louis is checking in at 53, 64 at Poplar Bluff, 63 at Springfield, and only 45 degrees in Watford City, North Dakota, to put that in contrast with the rest of the country. Now, on the radar, we're talking at the start of the show, you can see the little swirl down there in the panhandle of Florida.
Put that in motion if you can. You can kind of see how it's swirling, maybe.
The eye, you can see the eye right here at the cursor. I'm going to see if I can bring this up a little bit so we can see. You can see the definite eye right there. And what this is doing is bringing a lot of rain into the panhandle of Florida, southern Alabama, and southeast Mississippi, and parts of southwest Georgia. You've got shower activity all the way up to Macon, Georgia, spinning off of this hurricane. So this is what they're dealing with, and you can see the landfall is right. The eye is just at Pensacola. So that's what our friends and families are dealing with in Florida and Alabama and Georgia, Mississippi this morning. So,
and then the surge coming from that east to Pensacola, all the way east, all that rag coming in is just bringing that water in.
And then ironically, look at this. There's hardly another drop of rain. There's a little bit in Seattle area, a little bit north of the state of Maine up in Canada. Other than that, the United States is dry right now. And so
they're not expecting this to hit us at all. It's
going to move out towards the Carolinas. Yeah. We are picking up a few light showers around the Springdale, Fayetteville, Rogers area that's affecting a little bit on Highway 412, 62, and Interstate 49. It may not even be hitting the ground. Other than that, the state's dry. Interstate 40, 30, 40, 49, 55, 555, and 530 in Arkansas clear at this time, along with Highway 62 east and west, Highway 65 north and south, and from Little Rock, you've got Highway 67 and 167. One splits off to Batesville, one splits off, goes up into the Pocahontas area and up into St. Louis. Memphis area, Jackson, Tennessee, Dyersburg, dry at this time. Interstate 40 and Interstate 155 will move up into Missouri. I-44, I-70, I-55, I-49 looking good there. Southern Illinois, I-64 from East St. Louis, Illinois east is good shape. I-24 at Cairo, Illinois, no problems there. And I-57 at I-64 at Mount Vernon, dry in Illinois right now. Nothing going on in Kansas City or anything like that on I-70 or I-29, so we could use some rain.
Yeah, we could.
Yeah, we sure could. Watches and warnings, nothing for Missouri and Arkansas or Tennessee right now, but there is a flood warning, watches, advisories, everything as you see the track of the hurricane following the red and green. Alabama, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, and the southern part of Virginia is in these watches and warnings. And then you have some freeze and frost advisories up in extreme northern Minnesota, Wisconsin, and northeast North Dakota. Our 7-day forecast, we do have a 20% chance of showers today with a high of 82. Through the rest of the week, we've got highs of 81, 77, 76, and 77 through Sunday with bright, beautiful, sunshiny skies and low humidities. Not bad.
Nice, cool weather. About time to take down the pool.
Checking I-Drive Arkansas. Had some problems here this morning around the Russellville area on I-40. The first one is a vehicle fire at mile marker 71.2. 1.5 miles east of Knoxville, Arkansas, handled by Arkansas Department of Transportation. And it's due to a multiple vehicle accident because on the same grid, if I move over here, we have an accident at 68.8. And this is at the city of Knoxville, and this is handled by Troop J of the Arkansas State Police. And it's an accident at the 69 mile marker westbound as they've got marked here. So that's happening on I-40 between Little Rock and Fort Smith. Other than that, everything looks good around the state. Traffic moving well in West Memphis. A little bit of slow traffic around West Memphis right now. Got a little bit of an orange spot here on I-40 going into the 240 area in Memphis. Missouri Department of Transportation, everything looks good in Missouri right now. Of course, Highway J in Missouri is 201 here. So if you're in Arkansas, Mountain Home, Arkansas, we need to go to Springfield, use Highway 5. It'll save you some time because Highway 201 turns into Highway J. And they're replacing the Lick Creek Bridge. Let's see if they've got the trying to see what they had on. I think it's supposed to be done late October. But anyway, there's some detours and everything.
I thought they ended this month.
Was it September or October? I don't remember.
I thought it was September, the end of this month.
Let's see.
It doesn't say, does it?
No. October 1st.
Yep.
Lanes will be closed 24 hours a day, so
they're on track.
Are they?
Yeah, Bob had talked to somebody over there that works over there, and they are on track.
That's good. So just that little advisory there. And let's see real quick. Bull Shoals Lake sitting at 675.07. Norfolk Lake at 562.66. The current pollen index today is 6. Ragweed, chennepods, and nettle 6.8 for tomorrow. Arkansas Department of Health and this confusing report here between probable, possible, probable, and maybe possible. I mean, who knows? We have 1,372 probable cases in Arkansas with 64,342 recovered. That's not probable. And then we have 70,125 confirmed cases. Anyway, in Baxter County, the 6-county area, Baxter, Marion, Searcy, Stone, Izard, and Fulton in that arrangement, total active right now would be 49 in Baxter, 10 in Marion, 12 in Searcy, 52 in Stone, 16 in Izard, and 18 in Fulton, with total recovered totaling 173. We're almost 100% recovered out of all this. 172 recovered in Baxter, 54 in Marion, 120 in Searcy, Stone at 226, 117 in Izard, and 84 in Fulton. What they've done here, you can see in the screen, they've changed it from positive, active, and recovered to confirmed probable cases, active confirmed, active probable, recovered confirmed, recovered probable. We have one confirmed death and one probable death. So I've talked to some people who said, yeah, it's just so confusing.
Did we change colors to a lighter color?
Well, they've changed everything on this thing. So let's see, let me go over here.
Oh, no, okay. Okay, yeah, we're still a little darker.
So now this is active. Now when you switch to active cases, now we're at 6,001 with active confirmed at 5,703 with active probable at 298. Who knows? You know, it's very frustrating. So 7:17, almost 7:18. Better take a break. Dr. Jake Long is our guest coming up, so stick around. We're going to be right back. Take a step back in time when going to a barbershop meant more than just getting a haircut. Come into Legionnaire Barbershop today, a unique gentleman's barbershop. Get back in style with 2 experienced licensed barbers who are trained in tonsorial arts and lock removal and are happy to give you a straight razor shave. Legionnaire Barbershop is veteran-owned and operated and located at 1041 Highland Circle, Suite 55 in Mountain Home. For a full, old-fashioned barbershop experience, stop by Legionnaire Barbershop today.
At Connor Family Funeral Home, our goal is to provide our friends and neighbors with caring, compassionate services at an affordable price. Connor Family is a full-service funeral home that offers a wide range of services to meet your family's needs and customs. We are the first on-site crematory in the area and provide many options to memorialize your loved ones and address all the details for a more personalized service. Where compassion and affordability meet, Connor Family Funeral Home in Mountain Home.
Hi, we're Bob and Linda Zadora, the Z-Team at Century 21 Lemac Realty, and we'd like you to meet the rest of our team.
When you are working with the Z-Team, you will find that not only are they down-to-earth people, but they are trained professionals who work with downsizers, first-time homebuyers, and clients who may want to relocate to our beautiful Ozarks. Our team has agents who specialize in lake and river properties, listing and selling raw land, acreage, and all residential homes. Listing your property with the Z-Team will help get it sold with unmatched Century 21 global marketing. You can find out more at retiretoarkansas.net.
Hi, I'm Benny with Ammo Dump.
At Ammo Dump, they carry new and used firearms, large supply of shotguns, rifles, and handguns. Ammo Dump will buy, sell, or trade in your item and can special order whatever you like. They also have knives, scopes, ammo of any caliber, and provide gun cleaning and restoration. Call them today for the best competitive pricing around.
If I don't have it or can't get it because they don't make it, come and see us.
That's Ammo Dump, located next to Woodman's Package in Norfolk.
Did you know when you shop at Sears Hometown Stores, you are supporting your local community? That's right. Your local Sears Hometown Store is locally owned and operated by one of your neighbors. Their store offers the best of what Sears has to offer with the top brands and appliances, tools, and lawn and garden. They also offer great financing options that work no matter what you need. Remember to stop by your local Sears Hometown store today and support a local member of your community.
Jim Brown Company keeps you cool when it's hot and warm when it's not. A trusted name in the mountain home community, Jim Brown Company provides timely heating and cooling installation and repairs. Our certified technicians incorporate new technology on every job to provide you with the most advanced services. At our metal fabrication shop, we handle projects big and small. We've created everything from commercial ducts to custom designs.
I'd recommend Jim Brown Company to my friends and neighbors. The reason being they have high-tech equipment. Their service techs are well qualified for the job that they do, and they also send me a report after all the work is done so I know exactly what my unit's doing.
By visiting our showroom, you can learn all about our heating and cooling products. We'll educate you on your options and help you decide on the right solution. For total comfort at your home or business, choose Jim Brown Company. Quality service with a family name since 1964.
(7:21), and we want to welcome Dr. Jake Long, Superintendent of Mountain Public Schools. It's good to see you. Welcome back.
Thank you for having me.
You bet. I'm glad I'm doing this and you're doing that.
Oh, I tell you, Dale, it's here we are, midway through our fourth week, and we've been able to navigate, all the different regulations and situations and positive cases, fairly well, and that just goes to show and to reflect the hard work that our administrators, that our teachers have put into planning for this school year. And it really does seem, just to give you some updated numbers, we have currently right now we have 6 positive cases with either students or staff that are associated with the schools. Dating back, and a couple of those are actually about to roll off, and they return to school on Monday. But we do have 2 cases at the kindergarten, 1 staff member that is positive, and also 1 student is positive. And then if anybody wants to keep up to date with all this information, it is on our website. You can go to mhbalmers.com and click on the Ready for Learning tab, and we'll update that every time that there is a positive case, and then we'll also put forward the corresponding number of close contacts that are that we're asking to quarantine due to that. I do think it is important that the public know that a close contact is considered someone that is within 6 feet of a positive case for a cumulative of 15 minutes or more. So in an elementary classroom, you can see how, with that criteria, whenever it does come up in an elementary classroom, a positive case does happen, the likelihood is that it's going to be the majority of the people or students and staff in that classroom. And that's not just the seating arrangements, but it's really all the accumulating events that are going on within that classroom. And so I can't say enough about our parents and their understanding. They've been super supportive whenever these things have came up, and our staff are very quickly transitioning for that period of time in which they're asked to quarantine. They're transitioning that instruction to a virtual platform, and we're putting in the time, and then we're able to move forward.
Boy.
So that was at the kindergarten, where we have a staff member and a student. We have a staff member at Hackler Elementary that resulted in about 17 being quarantined. We had 1 in our maintenance department, which had no impact on students. 1 at Guyberry, and then another one at Hackler.
Now, what kind of symptoms are they showing here, Dr. Long, when Is it just?
It's almost it's a gamut. I mean, it's the sore throat, fever, runny nose, coughing, and even we've seen some vomiting and nausea
Really?
Associated with it. And in talking with Stephanie Free, the infectious disease preventionist at the hospital, it really is a full gamut of it. And so the one thing that I would say is it does appear that our protocols and all the things that we have in place are working, because up until this point, all the cases that have been positive have been from outside contacts. Now, I do think it's only a matter of time in which, that does happen within the schools, but I do think that the protocols are working for our ability to be able to minimize that spread. And, of course, all of this, Miss Loretta Allen, she is our district COVID-19 point of contact. And Loretta is just doing a fantastic job of navigating the regulations, the all the different information, and she's really putting our people and our students, she's keeping them safe and putting everybody in the best opportunity for success. Because ultimately, we've heard over and over and over again, parents, they want their children's education to continue. Of course, we have about 17% of our parents that are choosing to utilize our Balmer Virtual Academy. But the parents that are choosing to send their kids to school, they've seen the results. They want that to continue. And so we will work very, very hard to make sure that, a mass closure is the absolute last resort that we have to do, because we do feel like we can navigate this in a way, and there's going to be positive cases. There's going to be people that's going to be asked to quarantine, but our goal is to make sure we keep our doors open and we keep moving in a forward direction.
I want to ask a question, but I don't want to throw you a curveball. But in past years before the COVID-19 hit, I remember hearing you on various radio stations say, well, we're considering maybe a Thursday, Friday shutdown, clean everything out because of flu. Mm-hmm. And that happens. It may have happened once or twice, maybe at the maximum since you've been superintendent. And I think it was either 2017 or 2018, you closed on a Thursday and a Friday. And this is like 2 or 3 weeks after Christmas.
Yeah.
Maintenance went in, cleaned everything out. Kids went home. They took care of the flu. Everybody was back on Monday and things were fine. The severity of this as compared to that.
Right now, we're not too, at those times we were talking about 20 or 30, actually we're talking about a greater amount of 25 to 30% of our kids being out due to, being sick. And so we're not there. I mean, we're not even close to being there, especially whenever you go ahead and consider, and we're talking about the students that would be on campus, because, 17% of the overall 3980 or 3880 or 3890 kids are, 17% are home engaging in virtual learning anyway. So, we're not there. And until we would see, a spread like within the school and within classrooms and within wings, we're going to keep on moving. And even then, when we see that, our public can anticipate, maybe it's a multi-classroom closure or a single building closure, as opposed to the entire district. And so that will be a different, protocol or a different response than what our public has seen. And those decisions are made. They're not made unilaterally, at the local level. They are made in conjunction with consultation with the Arkansas Department of Health, with the Arkansas Department of Education, and those people there's designated people to help myself make those decisions based on the data of the community spread. If you go on all the websites that have been put forward regarding the data, and I'll pull one of those up. It is, let's see here. It's ACHI.net.
ACHI?
ACHI.net. And it's COVID-19 in Arkansas. And on that website, they actually break it down by school district. And if you'll look and you'll see our Baxter County and our area is, it's all green. It's, we're in good shape as compared to,
Is this correct here on my screen?
Yep, that's right. And so that is a great website in which you can stay up to date on all the school districts in the state of Arkansas, and you can see the responses in which are there, and so that's a great website, and that's some of the data in which we will use in making our decisions on what we do and how we respond. But at this point in time, it's full speed ahead, and
you're taking one day at a time, hour by hour, which I think is good. But how does this affect future decisions? Let's get 2 years down the road. 2022, we know what's happened in 2020. It's behind us in 22, and we have influenza outbreak or something. Or is that going to be in the back of our mind?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I have no doubt that this will be changing the way schools respond to different situations forever in the future, whether it be snow, whether it be, facility issues, gas leaks, might be sicknesses. It's really opening up that toolbox and adding all different tools into it in which school districts can use to ensure a continuum of education and a continuum of structure or of instruction. And that's, really that's our goal. We don't need, with these tools that we now have, we, can continue with school on whenever the travel may, there may be inclement weather.
Yeah, travel. I was just going to say the same thing.
Yeah, and so people will be able to see a much more, I would say, a steady understanding of what's available. I think we will only continue to develop our programming. In fact, we've learned lots in this first 4 weeks of the need and parents' desires for the different programming, and so we're going to continue to modify and tune and tweak those as we go through the school year.
In my opinion, COVID-19 and what it's pulled on some of the stuff, especially the schools, like a skunk walking into a crowded room.
It's clean some of it out.
Anyway, 7:33, time for break. More with Dr. Long after this.
At MSI, they're not just another trash service. They're your friendly, family-owned and operated trash service, providing residential, commercial, and roll-off pickup. MSI offers competitive rates and services 5 counties in the north central Arkansas area. Various dumpster sizes available for commercial and accommodating you with weekly pickup for your convenience. Call Tammy or Kathy today at MSI. MSI Trash Service, small enough to know you and large enough to service you.
Diatley Dental Care is a family-owned dental practice. Doctors Irvin and Christina Diatley grew up in the Twin Lakes area and are proud to serve the community. With modern treatment methods and state-of-the-art technology, they are dedicated to providing exemplary care to patients of all ages. Our compassionate team consistently receives training above and beyond the standard of care.
We're changing the way you see dentistry.
Come be a part of our dental family. takes the right gear to survive out here. Oh, there she is, Ferris. It's the best gear around. Strong as an ox. Safe as houses. Out back, there's one powerful beast. Awesome. Four-wheel suspension. Handles whatever Mother Nature throws at you. Designed to take the hard out of hard work. And deliver all the power you could need. So if you want to tackle the great outdoors, get yourself a Ferris.
Get the only mower with suspension technology at Mower Warehouse in Mountain Home, where they accept mower trade-ins, have flexible financing options, and services all brands and models. That's Mower Warehouse, located on Buzzard Roost in Mountain Home.
When I grow up, I want to save lives, like a superhero, and show up when people needed me.
When I grow up, I want to do animations. I want to create characters that can fly.
No matter what it is you want out of life, there is a path to get there.
When I grow up, I don't know what I want to do when I grow up, but I know I want to go to college.
Arkansas State University Mountain Home. Take your first step at asumh.edu.
It's almost 7:37. Visiting with Dr. Jake Long, and Bombers won last Friday.
Bombers did win.
That was a big one. That's a good one.
It was a good night for not only the kids and the coaches and everybody that had put in just so much work since months, and but is a good win for the community, and community needed
That's
it.
a B12 shot right there.
Need something that. So it was definitely a good time. Looking forward to the weeks to come for multiple reasons. This Friday, of course, we're hosting Batesville, and we're also going to be honoring our first responders, our police. So it's going to be a good night in honoring the community and many of those folks. On the tail of 9/11, and many of those folks that may not always get the opportunity to be recognized.
Right.
You mentioned a thing about the veterans as well, and so later in the season we're going to we'll be having of course Friday's a blue out for our first responders and police personnel and emergency folks. Then later on in the year, we're going to be having a camo night in which we're going to be honoring our veterans. And so it'll be what I love about what Mitch Husky and Coach Airy and those guys are doing is they're really bringing the community into the game and into the atmosphere, and that's what it's about. That's what it's all about. It's all about community and bringing everybody together.
Well, what about spectators at the football field? I've heard they're doing it on. Him and Bob do it, and Gil do it on TV.
Yeah, so they're providing a great service because we can't be at full capacity. And, we are at a 66% capacity, which is about 1,600 people. But by the time you get the band, you get all the players, the cheerleaders, all the folks that are involved in that. And then, we try to honor, we do honor our parents of those activities first. So it does ultimately, it does limit, the number of folks from the community that can come in and can be in and be a part of that.
What about us fence leaders?
That's right. Hey, line them up.
The top rail.
Line them up. So, but no, I do appreciate Gil, and I do appreciate Scooter and everybody and Bob that work hard of making that available to our community and our public. And you guys do a great job at it.
Thank you.
I get so many folks that are wanting a link. Last Friday I had, number of people that was, hey, what's that link to that?
You texted me, didn't you?
Yep.
Yeah.
And you guys, and so
we'll make sure you have the link ahead of time to your phone.
Well, I called him. Said Dr. Long needs a link. So anyway, it's it's a great
it's a great service, so we appreciate that, and it's
I'm ready
it's
for
a
it
lot
to
of
be back
excitement.
to normal.
Yeah, it's a lot of excitement. We think about, and it's good to see our team having some success out there, and it's a long season. It'll be a long road ahead. I did see where following this week, 6 out of our next 7 opponents, 6 of them are ranked 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in 6A. So we've got kind of a string of.
But don't you think there's a positive attitude swing after that win over Nettleton at Mountain Home?
No doubt about it, and there's no doubt that you go, whether you're going and watching practice or you're going and watching the game, the Bombers are headed in the right direction. It's not going to happen overnight, but I have no doubt that the more that the community kind of gets behind them, the more the staff, the students, they believe, the coaching staff, they believe, and that's what it takes. It takes a full community support, believing that it doesn't matter who you're competing against, that you can compete at a high level, and that's exactly what's going on over there right now.
So, and Scooter could probably highlight this more, and if Bob's watching, he can send me a text to answer a question here. Just what did you see different on the field?
The will to win. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
Just you look at the kids and the heart and where they're driven, they're not hearing right now that, hey, we don't have a chance to win this game on Friday.
Yeah.
They're not hearing any of that. I mean, their will to go out there and win and not quit is what's become amazing.
So we've had a good attitude overhaul.
I think so, and a little bit of and the more success that our students and our coaching staff and our community gets to experience, the more that's going to continue to foster.
Yeah.
And so that's important. And so I would just it's going to be something that Mountain Home and the community is going to be proud of for years to come, and I love the engagement that's going on with the community in it right now.
And so, I got to be careful on how I'm trying to word this question now. From what I hear Scooter saying, we've had a good attitude change. We can do this. We can win. We can compete. I don't care if it's Batesville or Fort Smith or whoever it may be. We, the public, now.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, we
they're not going to win anyway.
That's
Why
right.
go?
That's right. We have to buy in. The same as what the players have bought into. The coaches. The coaches believe. The players believe, and we as a public, we need to buy in and support, and know there's going to be up and downs, and no matter what sport that we're talking about, there's going to be up and downs. But
look what we did at Harrison.
That's right. That's right. I'm firmly, I'm very confident that no matter what Mountain Home students are competing in, that we can compete at a high level in all things. And I think that we've shown that in years past, and in many of all of our activities, in fact. And so I do believe that the football is definitely headed in the right direction, and I think that people are seeing that out on the translating out.
I think the community's getting behind it, and that's a big thing.
No doubt.
Change of mindset just can't be coming from a coach or from one person. It's got to come from the community and family around you.
But then on the same subject of the change in attitude, school ended on March 13th of 2020. You came back in, and I'm sure the kids were, hey, we're ready for this. Do you see a change, a more positive change in the students? Like, we've been basically April, May, June, July, and part of August and part of March. Basically, I might say 6 months.
Yeah. Well, there's, of course, they've been working, all of our activities have been engaged in since the beginning of June. Now, they've been on limited, much restriction from the beginning of June, but that was the time frame in which they were able to, re-engage, whether it be volleyball, basketball, football, re-engage with the kids. And what I'm also seeing is because we have been able to offer so many different options to our kids and to our families. I think people don't feel like they're being backed into a corner, and that's our goal. Is I don't want
that puts them on the defensive.
Yeah, I don't want any parent or student to feel like they don't have an option that they feel like is best for their kid. Because of the overall situation. And I really feel like that's going to be what changes education in the future, is that it's going to be a much more customer-focused, opportunity-based delivery, for all of our kids. And if, as long as parents feel like that and students feel like they have that option, then they can feel better about the whatever decisions that they're making, and then be happy in the moment and be glad in it, and the distancing, the mask thing, at some point it will pass. I don't know. I don't know if that's a year, 6 months, 9 months, whatever.
3
but
hours.
at some point, that will pass.
Yeah.
And but at the end of it, it's still, its effect is going to have changed us, because there's parts of it that people have gotten used to and that people are going to want to continue to expect. Yeah. And in certain sense, is probably overdue as far as the way that the opportunity for our kids. So.
Yep. Coming up at 7:47, need to take a quick break, and then we'll be back with Dr. Jake Long so he can finish out all of his pages of notes over here. Be right back.
At Letty's Mexican Restaurant, we are here to keep you safe during these difficult times, as well as serve you the best Mexican food in the area. That's why we have installed a convenient drive-through window for all your to-go and pickup orders. Give us a call at 870-435-2532 to order your next meal, whether it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner, and ask us about our daily specials for a low price to feed the whole family. Experience the best in Mexican cuisine. Letty's in Gassville.
When you're out of town, make sure your pet is with someone who will love them as much as you do. At 201 Pet Salon and Resort, your pet is cared for just as they would be at home. 201 Pet Salon and Resort is the only all-suite climate-controlled and air-filtered boarding facility in the area, with private and spacious rooms to keep your pet relaxed. And with over 3/4 of an acre of fenced play area, your pet will receive the proper exercise they deserve. 201 also offers professional grooming services. Your best friend is in good hands at 201 Pet Salon and Resort in Mountain Home.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detail services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, it's our desire that you think about finding a way to live your life to the fullest while living with a serious illness. If you ever need help and support, we provide a team of healthcare professionals and volunteers that will support your physical, emotional, and spiritual aspects of life, while doing the same for your family and caregivers in the comfort of your own home or wherever you call home. When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, we hope that you grant us permission to walk on the journey with you. Your not-for-profit option since 1979.
Driftwood Lanes. Fun happens here.
Take a step back in time when going to a barbershop meant more than just getting a haircut. Come into Legionnaire Barbershop today, a unique gentleman's barbershop. Get back in style with 2 experienced licensed barbers who are trained in tonsorial arts and lock removal and are happy to give you a straight razor shave. Legionnaire Barbershop is veteran-owned and operated and located at 1041 Highland Circle, Suite 55 in Mountain Home. For a full, old-fashioned barbershop experience, stop by Legionnaire Barbershop today. $7.50, continuing program with Dr. Jake Long, Superintendent of Mountain Public Schools. What else you have for us, sir?
Well, I just wanted to highlight some teacher activity and some teacher awards that's been going on, and just recognize a few people, because there's definitely, of course, all of our teachers, I feel like, have to be recognized. And I likened a message last Friday and to one, 19 years ago from last Friday was 9/11, and we look back on 9/11 and we see who the heroes were from that particular event, and it was our firefighters and our medical responders, and those folks that were on the front lines right there. And I truly do feel like that aside from our medical personnel right now, our nurses, our doctors, and the people in the hospitals that are fighting and with the continuance of care, your nursing home folks, those people are definitely been on the front lines. And so in 19 years from 2020, and we look back on COVID-19 and the pandemic, that we will see, your medical people as being done, the heroes of that. But I also feel like you're going to see your educators, because our educators, they're showing up, and they are busting it in modifying the instruction in which they and the way that they've been trained, the way that they've known teaching and learning for decades, and they're modifying it and they're making it work for our kids. And I think that's going to be a big deal, in which and so we're trying to highlight some of that stuff that's going on. And yesterday, actually, Brad Butler with Butler Furniture, he wanted to recognize some of our teachers and the hard work that they were doing. And so he took anonymous nominations of folks that and he took and he read it. And so he presented Miss Christy Curtis at their kindergarten with a $3,000 Butler Furniture shopping spree. And so that's a huge honor for our teachers, and a huge gift by Butler Furniture to do that. And one of the things that one of the reasons why Christy and why they chose Christy is because through all this, she's coming up with ways of making of allowing our teachers to focus on the students that are there within the classroom. But for instance, yesterday we sent home 12 students from one of our classrooms. So those 12 students are automatically transitioned and pivoted to the online instruction, in which Christy is taking those in. And so she's making the job easier on the other teachers, and the other teachers definitely appreciate that. And so and that didn't, her ability to be able to do that didn't just happen overnight. There's been an ongoing set of training and things that's been going on on our own time. And so I want to recognize her for her hard work. I mentioned Miss Loretta Allen. Loretta's just she's taking care of all of her people. There's 500 faculty and staff that she's keeping up with, along with 4,000 kids of you think about that, of not only who's positive, but also who's been in close contact with positive cases, and who's been in close contact with a close contact of positive cases. And so, she's just done a fantastic job, and I greatly appreciate, her work. Really appreciate Brad Butler with Butler Furniture and the work that and the gift that he gave, and being able to honor our teachers. So
it means a lot, doesn't it?
It does. It means everything. As far as any kind of upcoming new events, all those events can be found on our website at mhbombers.com. And so we're going to continue to be able to plug through the month of September and take it a week at a time. We are noticing that following the weekends, that Monday and Tuesday following the weekends is typically whenever, we find out, I was with such and such this weekend and I was exposed. And so, just continue to ask our public to, be mindful. Being in social gatherings, I do think that you can be in those situations, but yet still accomplish, the distance that is needed to keep folks from both transmitting the disease and being identified as close contacts. And so that would be my ask of the public, is that we continue to be vigilant through all this. We're nearing the halfway point through the first quarter, and so at the end of the first quarter, it's going to be a little bit different. Parent-teacher conferences may not look the same way of which parent-teacher conferences have looked in the past. We'll probably follow a more scheduled intermittent approach, and to make sure that we're not having everybody come in at once. And so I ask parents to look forward to that.
It changes every parameter, don't it?
It does.
I mean, wow.
It's changed all sorts of things. But anyway, our people are doing a great job. Our public are doing a great job in helping us. If you have picked up a voucher for the game Friday night, I want to remind folks that the regulations for those activities is that the mask be on at all times unless you're eating or drinking, and then make sure that you distance yourself. The rows are taped off, so we've taken care of that for you. Family units can sit together, but I would ask that you distance there. And then once again, the mask is to be worn at all times unless you're eating and drinking. So.
Boy,
have we done?
And I will say this: that this is a
wow.
the masks and stuff in the stands is a AAA requirement.
Yeah.
It's not something that the school's just pushing or this or that, but it is what's going to allow these kids to be able to keep competing.
It is.
And keep doing those things. And I understand some people's view is I don't want to wear a mask. But if you decide to come to a game and do that, it could prevent down the road these continue games to be played.
It very well could, and so it's a small ask, because ultimately it's not about us, it's not about me, it's not about it's not about the parent. The parents should be one of the first to get to enjoy it, but it's about those kids that are out there, and we don't want that opportunity to be taken away from them. So,
well, it just seems like it's just a whole nother, almost a whole nother year of education for you on how to handle something like that. I mean,
it's different, but at the same time, our kids in the classroom, they're learning, and they're learning, and that's what's been the most encouraging part of all of it, is our teachers are navigating the situation. Our kids are doing a fantastic job.
That's great.
And the learning's happening, which is exactly why we exist. So.
We've got about 45 seconds. Your final thoughts, please.
Just continue to look at our website for updates, whether that be COVID-19 related. We are pushing everything in a fully transparent manner so that people have no questions about what's going on, where it's going on. But if you do have a question, or if you see something, I would ask that you say something, give us a call. call me at 425-1201 or email me at jlong@mhbombers.com, and be happy to answer whatever questions that you have.
And the Bombers are going to beat Batesville this Friday at Bomber Stadium.
We're going to work on it for sure.
Scooter?
Hey, I'm going to be there. We'll be broadcasting.
Time to go home. Have a great day. See you tomorrow.